Welcome to the Storyteller's Creepybox channel. Wrap yourself up in a blanket and turn off the lights for a tale about Nurse Ella Taylor confronts the sinister supernatural force of the Dollmaker that haunts Oakwood Hospital, ultimately facing her own fears to defeat the entity and save her colleagues. If you are ready to continue, then let's start, and do not forget to subscribe to the channel, put like and bell. On a cold, stormy night, the old Oakwood Hospital seemed eerily quiet. The imposing structure had been built over a century ago and had a dark history of experimentation on patients, conducted by a mad doctor known as the Dollmaker. Although the hospital had been reformed since those gruesome days, the macabre stories still lingered, whispered by the townspeople and shared as cautionary tales. Ella Taylor, a 29-year-old nurse, was finishing her rounds when she noticed a strange, old doll sitting on a chair in the hallway. The doll had a malicious grin on its porcelain face, and its glass eyes seemed to follow her every move. Unnerved, she shook off the feeling and continued her work, unaware of the darkness that had just entered her life. Ella was a dedicated and compassionate nurse, always willing to go the extra mile for her patients. She had been working at Oakwood Hospital for the past 5 years and had made it her mission to improve the lives of everyone in her care. However, Ella was also haunted by the loss of her younger sister, who had died in a tragic accident when they were children. This event had left her with a deep-rooted fear of losing the people she loved, driving her to excel in her profession. As Ella walked through the dimly lit hospital corridors, she couldn't shake the unsettling feeling that she was being watched. She found herself glancing back at the doll, which seemed to be watching her every move. Unable to ignore her growing unease, she decided to investigate the doll's origins, hoping to find a rational explanation for its sudden appearance. After asking around the hospital, Ella discovered that several staff members had seen similar dolls throughout the building. They dismissed them as mere pranks, refusing to acknowledge the sinister energy that emanated from the dolls. But Ella couldn't shake the feeling that something was wrong, as if a malevolent force had awakened in the hospital. Late one night, she stumbled upon a room filled with dolls, their glassy eyes staring at her accusingly. The room was cold, and an overwhelming sense of dread washed over her. A shadowy figure appeared in the corner, the Dollmaker, its features hidden in darkness. It vanished as quickly as it had appeared, leaving Ella questioning her sanity. As the strange occurrences continued, Ella began to suspect that something supernatural was happening at Oakwood Hospital. One night, she found a fellow nurse, Mary, lying unconscious on the floor, a doll clutched in her hand. Mary awoke with a scream, her eyes wide with terror, claiming that the doll had come to life and attacked her. Ella's fear grew as the hospital fell under the shadow of the Dollmaker. The once bustling corridors became silent, and the staff members seemed to walk on eggshells, as if fearing they were being watched. Ella started to investigate the hospital's dark history, learning that it had once been the site of asylum, where a mad doctor known as the Dollmaker had practiced his twisted craft, creating dolls from the remains of his victims. As the supernatural attacks escalated, Ella found herself locked in a battle of wits with the Dollmaker, who seemed to delight in tormenting her. The dolls appeared everywhere, watching her every move, and even her dreams were plagued by nightmares of the monster that haunted her. Determined to end the terror, Ella confronted the Dollmaker in the same room she had first encountered him. Armed with the knowledge of the hospital's history and the entity's weakness, she attempted to banish him back to the darkness from whence he came. But her efforts were in vain, as the Dollmaker's power was far greater than she had anticipated. He cackled maniacally, the sound echoing through the room as he vanished, leaving Ella to wonder if she would ever be able to defeat him. Overwhelmed with despair, Ella felt increasingly isolated and helpless in her battle against the Dollmaker. Her colleagues began to question her sanity, as they were unable to see the supernatural forces at play. Her worst fears had come true, and she found herself alone in her fight against the darkness. With time running out, and the supernatural attacks becoming more frequent and vicious, Ella was granted a lifeline. A mysterious woman named Agnes, claiming to be a descendant of one of the Dollmaker's victims, approached her with vital information. She revealed that the Dollmaker could be defeated by destroying the original doll he had created, a vessel containing his twisted soul. Ella, now armed with the knowledge to defeat the Dollmaker, embarked on a dangerous mission to locate the original doll hidden deep within the hospital's forgotten catacombs. She was determined to end the Dollmaker's reign of terror once and for all, no matter the personal cost. In the darkness of the catacombs, Ella found the original doll, a grotesque figure that seemed to pulse with malevolent energy. As she raised her hand to destroy it, the Dollmaker appeared, desperate to protect his unholy creation. A fierce battle ensued, with Ella forced to confront her own fears and insecurities to finally defeat the monster that had tormented her in the hospital. In a moment of desperation, Ella shattered the doll, releasing a torrent of dark energy that consumed the Dollmaker. As he screamed in agony, the entity vanished, leaving Ella victorious but forever changed by her harrowing ordeal. In the aftermath of her battle with the Dollmaker, Ella's life was forever altered. Though she had defeated the entity, the experience had left her scarred, haunted by the memories of the horror she had faced. Her colleagues, now aware of the supernatural events that had unfolded within the hospital, were left in awe of her bravery and determination. Yet, despite her victory, a sense of unease still lingered in the halls of Oakwood Hospital. As the staff cleared away the remnants of the Dollmaker's sinister presence, they couldn't shake the feeling that something still watched them from the shadows. Unbeknownst to them, a single, broken shard of the original doll remained hidden, a small piece of the Dollmaker's dark soul waiting for the moment it could return and once again spread terror within the hospital's walls. Thanks for watching and see you another time.